I'm wondering if there's a deeper problem here. So is he upset that she's confident in her cooking skills? She said he always does this. I do think he did insult her because hey you, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jenny and I'm a licensed psychotherapist. Today we're breaking down an Am I the Asshole post, so if you're interested, please keep on watching. Alright, let me get into reading this. Am I the asshole for saying my girlfriend thinks she knows better than the culinary professionals and expressing my disapproval? I, 26 male, live with my girlfriend, 27 female, of 4 years, and we try to split all grocery shopping and cooking duties equally. We both like cooking well enough and pay for subscription to several recipe websites, and considering it an investment because sometimes there's really creative stuff on there, especially since we've had to cut back on food spending recently and eating out often isn't viable. It's nice to have some decent options, but if we're feeling like the mood for something better than usual, I make it sound like we're snobs, but we eat boxed macaroni like once a week. But we work different hours. Even though we're both work from home, we almost never cook together. So I didn't find out till recently that she was making tweaks to basically every recipe she cooks. Tweaks to recipes? Now, cooking is one of those things I do believe you can make tweaks to without it being generally a huge problem. Baking, of course, could be a problem if you're making tweaks. So far, I'm not seeing a problem with the tweaks, unless maybe he tasted something he didn't like. I had a suspicion for a while that she did this because I would use the same recipe to make something she did previously and it would turn out noticeably different. But I brushed it off as her having more experience than me. So I'm wondering if you brushed it off as her having more experience than you, if you thought her cooking was delicious. But last week I had vet's day off on a day she always had off, and we decided to cook together. Oh, cute. Because the chance to do so doesn't come up often. I like to have that recipe on my tablet, and while I'm prepping stuff, I keep noticing how she do things out of order or make substitutions for no reason and barely even glance at the recipe. So when it comes to cooking and things like that, I do think the more you cook, the more comfortable you become with applying spices and things like that. So you might use a recipe as a guiding light, but you may not be holding the flashlight to guide you the whole way through. It got to a point I was concerned she was going off the rails. So I would try to gently point out when she do things like put in red pepper when the recipe doesn't call for it, or twice the salt. She dismissed it, saying that we both prefer spicier food, or that the recipe didn't call for enough salt to make it taste good because they were trying to make it look healthier for the nutrition section. It's not like I think her food tastes bad, too salty, but I generally don't understand what's the point of the recipe is, or paying for the subs if she's going to make stuff up, and there's always a chance she's going to ruin it and waste food if she changes something. But the original poster just says they don't think that her food was bad or too salty. So I'm wondering if there's a deeper problem here. What is bothering the original poster about her cooking? What's going on here? I got annoyed and said that the recipe was written with what it has for a reason. And she said that she knows what we like. Like I don't. So is he upset that she's confident in her cooking skills? Because he mentioned he didn't think her food was bad. Again, there's an underlying issue here. Something is wrong. So I said she didn't know better than professional chefs who make recipes we use, and neither do I, obviously. So I remember one time I was trying to make a Brazilian cheese ball, and I just blindly followed the person's recipe. And if you know this recipe, you know the ingredients are hard to find. I didn't read the comments. I just went, got the ingredients, followed the instructions, and it just kept going wrong. So something finally told me to check the comments, and everyone was saying how the measurements were off. So yes, while we do pay subscriptions for things and we expect perfections, humans make mistakes. She got really offended and said I always did this. Remember I said that there was an underlying issue here? She said he always does this. And when I asked what this was, she said I also got mad at her once because she'd make all the bits left over after cooking into a weird Frankenstein meals. So I'm wondering if there's like an issue with food here, food waste. Sometimes people that experience food insecurity have a hard time with food waste. So maybe that's what could be the issue here. I barely remembered this until she brought it up. That time she made parm grilled cheese and I wouldn't even eat it. She mixed tomato paste, parm, and a bit of mayo to make a cheese filling because it was all we had. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole even though she claimed it tastes good. She called me stiff and close-minded, said that I didn't get why she couldn't follow directions. And even kids can follow a recipe, and it's been almost a week and we're both still sore about it. Now, I do think that before they even got to here, I do think he did insult her because it seems like she enjoys cooking and was having fun in the kitchen, making cool meals. But it also seems like he has an issue with food waste. Maybe he experienced some food insecurities and didn't want her wasting the food. When it comes to relationships and friendships, before things snowball into a big fight or a big issue, it's important to kind of talk about it, because personally, as I'm looking at it personally, I see it as a non-issue. If the food is good, the food is good. What's the problem with the way she cooks it? And the problem is the potential waste. He says it here. He says potentially having to throw it out, start over, her making the Frankenstein meals, her making a grilled cheese with tomato paste. He didn't want to try it because he felt like that was wasting. Well, he doesn't say he feels like it was wasting food, but that's what I can surmise here. This is someone that experienced food insecurities and they don't want to experience that. So how do they move forward? I do think original poster may have to apologize and they have to together come up with a plan to rectify the situation because it seems like she was having fun and he didn't want her to have fun with the food because he didn't want it to be wasted. So it appears that something traumatic he may have experienced was creeping into his reaction to her possibly wasting the food. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with that? If you've made it this far into the video, thank you. As always, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. It really helps me out. I look forward to chatting with you all in the comments. And if you have any Am I the Asshole posts that you want me to react to or break down, let me know. Bye now.